Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu is saying that his country is in a war and he will win it. Talking about people on ground, I mean, how much of that and those words of the Prime Minister is a word of reassurance and a word that the country will get justice? All those who have lost their lives, their families will get justice.
Well, Israel has no choice but to win it. Israel can't afford to lose any war. And if anyone had any doubt as to Hamas's aims, they need just look at what happened over the last 36 bloody hours when Hamas terrorists were able to butcher so many innocent people in their own homes. It just shows what their aim really is, and that is to destroy the state of Israel and to eliminate its people. And Israel will not ever stand for that. And so we must fight back against them and indeed do our best to wipe them out. These are people who currently have a mother and her two daughters, aged 2 and 4, held captive in Gaza. They have an 85-year-old grandmother who is disabled in Gaza as a captive, and potentially up to 100 other hostages, all innocents. Look how cowardly they are, shooting people in the streets, dragging them from their homes and keeping them hostage. So the outcry is huge, and you see it around the world. The cause of the Palestinians will never be seen in the same way again after today. And you said this is Israel's 9/11. Well, with 36 hours in, this event is still active, as you rightly said. This is like the day after 9/11. Here in Israel, you have people posting photos with phone numbers saying, where is my brother, my son, my sister, my daughter, and just anxiously trying to find out what has happened to them. Were they killed in the streets by Hamas terrorists, or are they currently held captive in Gaza? Neither of those things is a bearable outcome. So, of course, Netanyahu and the government need to act strongly against Hamas. And at the moment, they have the large backing of the world. And that's right.
And Michael, elaborate on the point, because you are saying that, after what has been a war which has been launched on this, on the land, in the air and at sea, the Palestinian cause has been weakened. And even those who are seen as their allies will be viewing this very differently from now onwards.
Yeah, I think you just need to look at some of the headlines around the world. The butchery of these people, the way they attack these innocents. I mean, who kidnaps 2-year-olds and 4-year-olds and holds them to ransom? Who takes a Holocaust survivor and brings her into Gaza in order to keep her captive, aged 85? And so many more stories like that. So I think that people will see this barbarism and will be really revolted by it. And so all of the forward-thinking, peace-loving nations in the region are now moving towards coexistence, towards peace in the Abraham Accords. And I do think Saudi Arabia and Israel peace will come in the future. But right now, they're saying we don't want anything to do with the Palestinian cause, except, of course, for Iran, which finances it. Iran gave the Palestinians in Gaza, gave Hamas specifically $100 million in the last year, which they've spent on arms and on building terror tunnels by which to attack Israeli civilians. So Hamas is the long arm of Iran. They have to be defeated. And I think people around the world will look at these horrific scenes and know who to stand with. In this case, it's pretty simple. If you want to have a moral stance, you'll stand with Israel right now.